Hello folks, and welcome to the Vertigo Tea Party and a little series that I'm doing with Tera. As many of you might be aware, Tera is one of those MMOs that I've always kind of wanted to go back to and play again. And it's free to play now, and they had like some extra XP going on and some new class, which is what I'll be playing here, called the Gunner. So I thought, what the hell, let me load it back up and give it a whirl. I'm not starting from scratch. I think that would just kind of be old to do at this point. I got level 26. I figured this would be a pretty decent place to start recording. So let's go ahead and mount up, if I can remember where my mount key is. I actually haven't played for a few days, so I have to kind of relearn my keys again. Because there's actually a double bonus experience thing, I've only been doing main quests, which are like the orange exclamations and question marks. So I'm just going to be focusing on those, because even doing those only, I'm still like actually we're still ahead of them. We're getting so much experience. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. I won't be reading the quest text. I'll just be going through it pretty quickly. Oops, F.
Hard to find?
Keep hitting E. Playing too many other games that use E. Oh, we'll watch the cinematic though. Oh God, Ellen's. You always know the freaks by who plays those. Oh yeah, this game's got some really cool enemies. Asian MMOs in particular have graphically look really cool, both in just how they look and the way the enemies are designed. Always end up really cool. So this is if those of you are not familiar with Tera, I did do a video series on this. Excuse me, when it first came out, and. Wow, excuse me. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm just going to close this window. We only need the one quest over here. So our quest here. I don't know why I said here multiple times. Teleport to the wagon. I'm going to guess maybe you are going to teleport me? Yes. Yes. But yeah, I did a series on it when it first came out, playing a Mystic. I still have my Mystic, but he's still, I think, the same level or close to it when I left. But yeah, the Gunner is quite interesting in the way that it works. It's a mid-range DPS. We're actually going to get them to start this quest while I talk. So I think we're just going to need to... Yeah, there we go. Proceed with the quests. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be one of those waves of enemy type quests. Alright, so this is, again, if those of you unfamiliar with Tera... Are you guys attacking? Oh, I think there's an enemy in there. I'm like very confused. Like I thought you guys were helping me, traitors. But Tera is a non-target based system, which means that you aim where you have to hit. Now the game is relatively forgiving as far as that goes. Like you don't need to be necessarily 100% dead on, and so it's not super difficult to aim. But let's see here, and which I really like actually. It's very hard for me these days to go back to a target-based MMO. As I find this, I actually prefer this type. I find it to be more enjoyable overall, and more action. These types are also more just action-based in general. These guys are dying very quickly because, again, like I said, we're way over leveled, even though all we're doing is the main quest. Now, one cool thing about the Gunner, obviously, one, she has this big gun. And you also maybe wonder, why are you playing a female character? Well, the reason is because right now, Gunners, you have to be a female. My understanding is it has something to do with the way, like, I guess to lower how many RS sets they were going to need, they only made them for females for now. I think it might change in the future. But for now, you have to be either a female, whatever I am, like the demon girl, or like the high elf. Hello. I'll just steal that last shot. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But at the top left, and I just kind of want to jump to this part because I want to show it off. You have this meter you build up where you can use special abilities, like with your mega gun. If I can remember which key I bound it to. Here we go. And as you can see, as you shoot, it uses up it's willpower. That's what it is. It uses up your willpower, but the longer you use it, the higher chance you have to crit. So And this is actually probably a perfect mission to do this because, like I say, we're just basically defending this caravan from very weak enemies, or at least weak to me at this point. So let's talk about her abilities in general. Left click is a general shot. You can use this as much as you want. It doesn't use resources. And as a matter of fact, it actually gives you resources. When you hit an enemy with this shot, which I think, what's it called? It's called Blast. It actually gives you mana. In the top left, you can see we have health, mana, and the other thing. Hold on. Wait. Damn it, nope. Wish they would stop running. I want to shoot you. The nice thing about this ability, too, is it pierces enemies, so it hits enemies behind as well. But yeah, anyway, that's left click that I'm using now to just kind of clean up these weak enemies. We also have right click, which is a combat dodge. Now that comes into play a little bit later when we get to scatter shot. Scatter shot is the #1 entry in my list there. It's like a shotgun blast, which shoots a wide area. Now if I combat roll, it resets scatter shot. So obviously, ideally, what you want to do is scatter shot, roll, scatter shot, or something along those lines. We also have a grenade ability, which will bounce until it hits an enemy or until it goes certain amount of room, and then it will just blow up. And I think it also stuns. Yeah, stuns nearby enemies. All right, we got 1 second left on the timer. We also have a time bomb, which is pretty interesting. It slows enemies in the range, and then 2 to 3 seconds later it explodes. Any enemies caught within the radius are shot up in the air, except for bigger enemies. It's severely damaged. Well, whose fault is that? Probably actually partially mine. What am I doing? I guess we're teleporting back? It says blood sample. Hold on. It's part of the problem with not reading the quest text. Is like, wait, what am I doing? The caravan's in trouble. Blood sample. Oh, okay, I guess we're going back again. And we'll go over the other abilities here in just a second. I keep wanting to use E. E is so much more universally, like, use this. This is definitely one of the best looking MMOs that I've played. It doesn't run as well as I remember, or it could have that problem that I know Blizzard games tend to have, where they run on a wide range of hardware, but on high-end hardware, they don't run well, if that makes any sense.
I long to help.
Let's go ahead and just go through this. And you can play this game, I think, with a controller, maybe? I don't know. I'd never do it, but I guess you technically could. Alright, so where are we going now? If you look at the top right, we have mini-map. We can also hold, or we can bring up a bigger map. I don't like the way they do the maps. The maps are one of the weaker points of the game. Because when you open a map, generally what it should do is it should open up to the area that you're in. Instead, it just opens up a world map, and you have to kind of click to where you are. It's kind of silly. I don't know why they would do it that way. Let's see. For the local blood fields. Oh, okay, actually, if you look on the minimap, let me move a little bit so you can see it. If you look on the minimap, you'll see where it says, and it's very tiny, I apologize. But behind me, there's like a bluish teal circle with a 1 that indicates that that's the area for this quest. And as you can see, they have the orange exclamation, which again, orange exclamation means it's a quest. It's a main storyline quest. So we have the time bomb. We'll use that now. It shoots them in the air. We have 4, which is rockets, as you can see, which also can sometimes knock down, which I don't know how that works. It doesn't always work. Maybe it's just a chance to knock down. I don't know. But what's nice is if you hold it down, you can charge it, and it creates more rockets, which is pretty nice. Number 5 is a blast where you shoot out a little ball. It does damage, and when you hit it again, you shoot the ball. It explodes and does damage in an area. Now, you do not have to target the ball when you shoot it. It automatically does that for you, so you don't have to worry about that too much. We have some other abilities, but we're not going to worry about those too much. Now, one nice thing about this class is they are incredibly good at killing large groups of enemies. Let me just show you a little bit here. Let's go ahead and hop in our mounts. By the way, I love how mounts in this game are instant cast. You do have to be in front of the enemies before they will see you, generally. You can see how they're indicating that they see me. Now, normally I probably wouldn't grab this many just because it takes too long and I run out of patience. But let's go ahead and get them all bunched up here. We could grab some more, but I think for demonstration purposes, you can kind of see. All right, so we can kind of see what we're doing here. So I'm going to first throw down a time bomb to slow them down, and then a grenade to stun them. I'm going to do our roll. And now I'm going to use this. Oh, we got knocked down. That's not good. I can't even see them. They're close now. Oh, no. These guys are still alive. We'll fix that. And there we go. Pretty easy. Again, these enemies are, you know, lower level than us, but not by that much. One interesting thing about this class is that they wear heavy armor. I find that to be quite interesting. And don't think that was an efficient use of killing them. I did a pretty poor job of that. I'm kind of having to remember where I put my keys. You can anybody can harvest. It is skill based though, so if you just don't gather things for a long time and then you get to a higher level, you might not be able to harvest the materials that you find there. The one thing I think one of the major faults of this game is, in my opinion, is the crafting is pretty crappy. It's not worth doing at low level because it's ridiculously expensive. You really want to wait to get higher level to do it, which I think is really not the way to do crafting at all. So let's go ahead and skip through that. Talk to him again. I think he's doing the thing here. We'll have to wait for him to do that. But yeah, that's the main abilities. She also gets a rocket jump, which is pretty cool. And well, since we're waiting on him anyway, I'll show you how this works. I think F1 is my rocket jump. Yeah, so you can actually use the rocket jump to go further. So here's just the rocket jump. So you do an AE blast and you go in that direction. Again, anybody who's spent any time with Quake or Team Fortress or any of those styles of old school shooters will be well aware of how that works. And you can pair it up with the battle roll to go even further. Pretty cool. I like how they work together like that. So let's go ahead and talk to him. I keep hitting F. I mean E. That's what you're supposed to hit. You ready? No, I'm trying to talk to him. Talk to Bedorum again. Well, if you would. No, I don't. Why is it not working? Like, most other quests aren't this complicated. You just, like, hand them the stuff. But what do you want? Am I supposed to wait even further? Sorry, like I said, typically I don't have to worry about reading it because it's pretty self-explanatory. Once I add the blood, the analyzer will determine the drift in your samples and compare them. If I'm right, they'll be the same. Okay. There, finally. Damn. I think we had to move away. I don't know. Got some items there. That's great. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's definitely some things with the UI I would like to change. Like those things that pop up in the middle are a little bit overkill. Like way too big. I'm bad about missing stuff, but damn. Like that's really, really in your face. But I really love the combat in this game. The Mystic is probably the most fun healing class I've ever played. Just because it's very active, you're not healing. You're not just healing the whole time. You're actually doing other things as well. Alright, where's this Jelena? Search for Jelena in the ruins around the Cliffs of Insanity. Yeah, here she is. Hello, mysterious wanderer.
Why?
We're going to blow some shit up. That's good. That's always fun. Set Jelena's demolition charge near the Dematoleth. Okay, up. Now, people like this series. I'll probably do more of it just because I want more of an excuse to play this game. I'll probably do like dungeons and things of that nature, and I might even play my Mystic again. Okay, so we have to use the item. I wonder if we can use it from here or not. I don't think we can. And let's talk. We'll talk about Avatar weapons in just a second. I'm going to use that charge. Blow this thing to hell. There we go. I don't think that other person could quite figure out how to use it. Nice. Now, obviously, you're going to see a lot of gunners if you start playing right now because the class just came out. Also, the items you're seeing around, you're probably like, what the hell is that? That's items, when an enemy dies, it's just interesting because you don't loot the enemy, they just drop the items. Now, you might think, oh, well, somebody might steal my items. That's not the case. You can loot other people's stuff eventually, but for like a few minutes, you can't touch anything of theirs. All right, perfect timing. Let's talk about the relic pieces, the avatar items. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Obviously, it makes it very obvious so that you don't miss it. But you'll notice too, when I try to pick the stuff, it says this isn't yours. Now later on, again, it will show up. Take a fragment of the and escape. What? So where do I get that? Why does every quest, whenever I start doing this, have to be one of those like very specific ones? Is this still in my inventory? Probably not. There should be a quest items. It's still there. Let me try blowing it up again. That other person might have screwed it up. Quest items? There we go. Let's try it again. But, yeah, avatar items are actually a very interesting addition to the game, and something I think other MMOs could stand to use as well. Good night, Gracie. But basically the way avatar weapons work is that the reason they're there, first of all, is to help you level faster. Alright, stop. I'm just trying to mount up. They're there to help you level faster, because the game's, I mean, it's not old, but people want to get to max level. It's old enough that people just want to be able to get to max level quickly. So what they did was they added avatar weapons. And the way that you get them is you just kill enemies in your normal level range, and they'll drop pieces of the avatar weapon. You need to collect, I think it's technically 9 pieces total, 8 or 9 pieces total. And then you assemble it into your avatar weapon. That's what I'm actually using right now. It's my understanding, at least, is that it's far better than anything else you're going to get at that level anyway. So you might as well. You can also upgrade weapons. We'll talk about that a little bit later. That's why my weapon is glowing all the time. It doesn't normally do that. And if we get lucky, we might see that actually, because I'm actually 1 piece away from making my new avatar weapon. 14. Prefect Paka. I forget where he's at. Oh, he's down here. Let's go ahead and run over there. It's not a very far run. I can talk a little bit more. But yeah, it usually doesn't take too long to get it, I found. And I want to try it on my Mystic, because the one thing I find that another area of this game that I find is kind of weak is the leveling is pretty ho-hum. It's pretty standard stuff. You know, get quests, go to Quest Hub, go kill, get 10, bear butts and come back, return. And especially with a Mystic doesn't solo well. It's pretty boring as a Mystic, or at least it was when I was playing. So I was like, I just want to get out of here. I want to move on. And that's one of the reasons I stopped, just because Mystic leveling is just so boring. So the avatar weapons hopefully fix that. Now, obviously, other classes can probably solo level easier than like a Mystic, since again, a Mystic is more of a support class. But and you're noticing I'm not really even looking at my gear. We level up so quick, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, once in a while, once my inventory is almost full, I'll check it and see if there's any upgrades and throw them on. But especially with this double XP thing that they've got going on until June, I think.
Not much for chit-chat.
It's not really a big deal. Also, if you'll notice, only just now am I getting level quests, or I guess main story quests, that are actually my level 26. However, I'm a little over halfway into 26, so we'll probably actually out-level them again. And at some point, of course, we can start taking the yellow side quests, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Let's see where this next area is. Looks like it's going back over here. You get a mount very early on. Another thing that I really like about this game, you do get that mount early. And like I said, it's instant cast, so you don't feel like you're really dragging around. That's one of the things that pissed me and a lot of other people off with Star Wars Old Republic. You didn't get your mount until late, and that game is really bad about having you run back and forth, over and over again. But, oh, that's freaky deaky. Oh, what's this?